Based on his character, a model for all of humanity, the blessed prophet knew innately that it was wrong to harm another human being. He knew that according to chapter 16, verse 126, one is commanded to chastise with the same chastisement that the person has been given. And if you chastise, then chastise with the like of that with which you were chastised. Or, whoever chastises for injustice with the like of what was chastised, and after that again was to be wronged, God will certainly help him. Truly God is pardoning, forgiving. The last verse is chapter 22, verse 60. Therefore, conceivably, if a husband harms his wife by beating her, according to chapter 16, verse 126, his wife would be allowed to chastise her husband in return. The prophet would have intuitively known that if a husband were to beat his wife, she would have recourse to her husband. He clearly believed that it was not within the sunnah to do such a thing. Therefore, he showed by his behavior that 434 and the use of the word daraba means go away from them or leave them and let the emotions subside. Thirdly, the prophet's respect for the female gender was legendary. This included not only his wives, the mothers of the believers, but his daughters as well. He had a very special relationship with his daughter Fatima, the only one of his daughters to survive him. How could he beat his wives and not consider that someone might beat one of his beloved daughters? Fourthly, the prophet knew that marriage was based on mutual respect and love. The Quran often tells husbands and wives to consult on issues with each other. It would be unfair and unjust to think that God would have revealed a verse that allowed husbands to beat their wives instead of separating for a short period of time and allowing the anger to subside. Then they would be able to once again consult with one another. Therefore, anyone who claims to follow the sunnah of the prophet must do the same thing, because the sunnah of the prophet is not to beat, hit, hurt, spank, or chastise any woman. The word idrabu is a command, an imperative form of the verb, yet a command the prophet did not carry out if it means to beat. However, he did carry it out when it means to go away from them. Often we are so proud of the fact that the prophet never beat anyone. Yet, this is a command. Is it more important that the prophet carry out the commands of God? Isn't that more important? Therefore, it has been misinterpreted, and we've denigrated the prophet and lowered him by saying he did not carry out a command of God. He did carry out the command as he understood it, not as the jurists over the centuries have understood it. Let us follow the sunnah of the prophet.